Hello everyone, Luca Blight here. Now, you know I've made videos about the whole copyright shtick about people abusing fair use. I've made a couple of videos talking about how I hate how YouTube handles it. Plenty of other people have made the same thing. So a YouTuber by the name of Laci Green, which I'm sure every fucking buddy and their mother has heard of, decided to go after a channel by the name of Roaming Millennial, who used their used her thumbnail in the video, as you can see here, hands off my culture, the myth of cultural appropriation. So Laci Green took that as fair use after somebody here said that these videos are anti-everything you guys stand for, with a nice, calm voice talking about it. The Roaming Millennial YouTuber has your face on the front of their videos. So what did Laci Green say? Let's see, right there. Oh, yeah, she tweeted at Mr. Repsdale, which Repsdale made a video, which if you guys subscribe to, you should go check out. Which is using someone's image to make dollars. It's against federal law. Oh, really? Because you haven't done that before, have you, Laci Green? Which I got your channel up, so. Anyways, y'all aren't the sharpest left. Pop me kettle. Mr. Repsdale, it's copyright law it's a copyright violation to use someone's image to make money. Learn to law. Well, can you? Oh, then again, it is Twitter. I was going to say learn to spell, but it's Twitter. Let me see. Where is that other still? There we go. Laci Green. Laci teaches Barry not to rape by Barry, which I like Barry. This is your brand on feminism. Laci Green Derp, episode 11, my version by Undoomed. Also a good YouTuber. And then, of course, Bearing again. And then there's Laci herself. Now, these two, have used Laci Green's image in their videos, but she didn't have a bitch fit about that, now did she? So it's like, WTF. So I totally get where Roaming Millennial's coming with this. As far as, well, okay, why report me and not the others? Well, let's see here. Let's see. I know Undoomed has quite a few subscribers. I know Bearing has like 200,000. I just watched a couple of videos of his not too long ago. So what does Roaming Millennial have? 34,000. So fairly small channel. Much bigger than mine, which I will admit. But still a fairly small channel. Still up and coming. I mean, she's only got 12 videos. So started 4 months ago. So yeah, she's new and up and coming. And her content's reaching a lot of people. Which, hey, kudos to you, Roaming Millennial. So anyways, Laci Green gets the tweet and says, oh, okay, so somebody's using my thing. Well, a lot of people got pissed off about that, rightfully so, because that's bullshit. So she reports the video to YouTube, which thankfully the video is still up. I don't know if, what's her name? Roaming Millennial is still making money off of it, which I hope she is, because she's within fair use by using Laci Green's image, just as these two are, Undoomed and Bearing. So yeah, again, she's pointing out the hypocrisy of Laci Green, because I don't think she would have gotten away with it had she gone after Bearing or Undoomed. So with that being said, what else do we got here? Let's see. Oh, that's OATG's video, which I'm going to watch here in a second, which if you haven't checked out OATG, he's pretty cool. Check out his video. So anyways, here's Laci Green with something in her eye. Wonder what that could be. But, I mean, I'll admit, I wear contacts. I sometimes wear glasses. I get shit in my eye, too. I totally understand, Laci. I totally understand. So tell us, Laci, let us hear your side of this argument.
Good morning, YouTube land.
Yeah, go fuck yourself. Anyways, this video is in response to PhilDefranco, who said his piece about it, which essentially she called him an alt-right bully or something along those lines. I was like, PhilDefranco, an alt-right bully? Okay, that's okay, whatever. I mean, I don't need to defend PhilDefranco. He's a big boy. He can take care of himself, but okay. Anyways.
Clearly wasn't planning to make a video. I don't think I've ever filmed one in my car before. But I'm on my way to Philadelphia, and I have been having, admittedly, like, not the best week. The main thing is that I've been having some pretty serious family problems.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
But also Rita Skeeter decided to write a New York Times article about me, and now people are blowing up this story about me, submitting an inquiry about copyright violation to YouTube. So I kind of want to talk about what happened and also connect it to a broader phenomenon that I've noticed and my relationship with PhilDefranco. I don't usually engage with this shit because I don't think that the YouTube drama black hole vortex is a positive thing. I don't think attacking people and relying on misplaced outrage is a good way to build the community. I don't think that it's a positive force. I think it's really toxic.
No, you think anybody that disagrees with you is toxic. You're talking about the people that criticize you, disagree with you, over the things that you, quote-unquote, feel passionate about. See, if you were actually passionate, you would respond to them with rebuttal that has merit and counters their points, which you fail to do on a daily basis, which that's the one thing I never understood about feminists. is they make a lot of these points. Now, I'm not speaking for all feminists. I'm just speaking for like the Laci Green type crowd. Is they make these points, but they fail to defend them once they're called out on them, and they just use ad hominem. They say, "Oh, you're bullying me," and they just deflect the argument. They don't counteract it, or they don't offer a counter argument. They just deflect it, and they just point the finger back at the person criticizing them. That's just something I've never understood. And that's why I've never really jived with those people. I was subscribed to Laci Green back when I think she first started. I was like, oh, okay, she looks pretty. I'll watch her. I was a young, dumb, idiot teenager, but I grew up and realized how much of a fucking moron she is. But that being said, I don't have anything personal against Laci Green. I don't think she's doing anything necessarily wrong. She's just a misinformed buffoon. Anyways.
And I also think it's just really cheap content. It's lowest common denominator stuff. And it doesn't really require you to engage with issues or to...
You mean like you?
To be creative or to invent something that's really cool. It's
again like you.
Just kind of easy. All this YouTube drama stuff.
Again like you? Oh, are you triggered? My bad.
Is a big reason why I don't really watch YouTube anymore. And it's kind of sad because YouTube used to be my favorite. I mean, there are a few good YouTubers out there that I still watch, but for the most part, I don't even really go online anymore because it just seems like such a toxic, negative place.
Oh, did people disagree with you? I'm sorry. I mean, people disagree with me every now and again. I don't really get it on YouTube. I get it elsewhere, but you know what I do? I take it in stride. I consider the opposing view, and I'm like, let me keep an open mind here, because how do we keep ourselves informed and intellectual? Oh, hey, we listen to what other people have to say. We don't just shut them up, which you accuse people that criticize you of doing. But anyways, I shall not silence you any further. Continue, Laci.
So let me talk about the context of what happened. I had received a bunch of emails from people who told me about a channel where the user was sort of making their icons to look like it was me, and all these people were...
This user employs the same marketing strategy with other feminist channels as well. Well, let's see. Let's have a gander at her channel, shall we? Let's see. Can black people be racist? Can women be sexist? All right, so she's essentially using thumbnails from other people, which is totally fine. It's not like she's... as long as she is using relative content to the thing that she's talking about, I don't see the issue here. But let me see. What is your point here? The user employs the same marketing strategy with other feminist channels as well. What, all 12 of her videos? Not all of them are even about feminism. One's about Muslims, one's about Black Lives Matter, another Black Lives Matter, gender every day, so gender fluid. That's not necessarily well, I guess it can go either way if it's feminist or not. Paul Rudd's racist selfie, so 3-4 videos of hers ish, one of which is actually talking about you going after her. So that's wrong.
Or emailing me,
or at least that's entirely correct.
Saying I thought it was you. They're deliberately misleading people. They're using your images. They're using copyrighted stuff. Is there some...
Oh my god, she used your image in one video. What are you talking about? You actually believe this? Oh my. Anyways.
Something you can do about it. So I submitted an inquiry to YouTube, to my YouTube manager. They're there to answer your questions, and she sent me the form to submit an inquiry. And basically that form will look over the issue, and they will decide whether or not it's fair use, whether or not it's a policy violation. So I submitted this inquiry. I haven't really followed up. I don't really know what happened with it.
You mean like how you may or may not have submitted with Undoomed and Baron, which I'm guessing you didn't because you probably would not have won there because they're bigger channels.
I don't usually submit inquiries. Usually my videos are flagged automatically if someone just re-uploads the entire thing back on YouTube.
Oh, guess I'm screwed.
There's an automated process that will flag that, and then it'll let me know, and I can choose if I want to monetize that video, if I want to take that video down because it's mine.
Oh, it's yours. That means you're immune to criticism. Is that right? Because that's what I'm doing. I'm criticizing you. Anyways, continue.
But for people who make their own videos and then incorporate my content, that is fair use. And I fully respect an engaged dialogue about the issues that I talk about. And
oh, okay. I guess I'm safe then. All right, guys. I'm safe. It's all good. Can all go home now.
I think people have a right to criticize. So I generally just don't touch this stuff in general, but I do take issue with these channels that are trying to fool people into thinking that it's me, that are deliberately misleading and using my image basically.
Hold up. I thought this video was Laci Green. Damn it, I've been misled. Damn these people and their thumbnails, misleading thumbnails. One day we'll get them, Laci. One day we'll show them.
specifically to make money on monetized videos where the videos aren't even about me, they have nothing to do with me.
All right, let's see here. This is an important note, folks. Phil, I didn't act because her channel is much smaller than mine, quote unquote. Anyways, I thought of a joke, but I wouldn't get. Anyways, her videos get about the same views as mine. Oh, really? It's a good thing I have your channel up because I was about to do that comparison. I'm not out to pick on other YouTubers for their channel size, large or small. All right, so we have Undoomed and Bearing, both fairly large channels. That would be dumb and not very SJW of me. You do know that SJW's got thrown off. That's more of an insult. But, I mean, hey, if you take pride in it, if you throw the label that people toss at you and you wear as a badge, like, you know what, fuck you. Hey, kudos to you. All right, so Laci Green, what do we got here? We got 195, 150, 86. Oh, yeah, you've gone down the shitter. 600. Well, granted, you're doing better than me. I'll grant you that. 400,000, 200,000, 300,000, 400,000, 600,000. Jesus, 1,000,000, 798,000. 1,000,000, 500,000, 950,000, almost 1,000,000 essentially. And what does Roaming Millennial get? She got 39,982 on that one. 53,000. Oh, she got 236,100,000 on that one. That's good. Good for her. I'm proud of her. 40,000 and 152,000 on that one. Although I'm assuming that video may have blown up a little bit after you had your little bitch fit about it. So, on that regard, no, your videos don't have about the same views as yours. Yours actually gets almost double, if not triple, if not quadruple, the views that your videos get. So, you fail on that point, Laci. That's, fuck, how many points have you failed on? Pretty much all so far.
I think that's absolutely within my right to submit that inquiry. This is pretty standard procedure on YouTube. Philip knows this. He's a YouTuber. He knows that we have a right to enforce our copyright when it's appropriate, and so I submitted an inquiry about this to YouTube. Like I said on Twitter, I respect whatever verdict that YouTube delivers because I respect this system and I respect that YouTube as a company, I think that they do know what they're doing.
You think YouTube knows what they're doing? Okay. Have you seen the YouTube Heroes video? Oh my god. Or how about the advertiser-friendly shit? Oh, you were probably on board for that because that means you can just, say, oh, this isn't advertiser-friendly. YouTube, do something about this. Now, granted, to be fair, the advertiser-friendly thing is more of YouTube implementing a blanket statement. However, YouTube Heroes, she can use that whole thing of, oh, he's bullying me or she's bullying me. She disagrees with me. I'm gonna mass flag those videos. I'm sure Laci Green was all on board for that shit. But again, that's an assumption. I can't prove it. So I'm just making fun of her here. Not bullying, criticizing. There's a difference. You're just having fun here, guys. Because Laci Green does need to be called out for doing stupid shit like this. Anybody who does this needs to be called out for doing stupid shit like this. Because Roaming Millennial was perfectly within fair use. I don't know where Laci Green's dicking this out of her ass when she, again, as Roaming Millennial pointed out, didn't do this to Bearing or Undoomed. Again, I'm assuming because she probably wouldn't have gotten away with it. Just saying. Anyways.
Despite all of the fear-mongering online, a lot of people just don't understand YouTube's policies.
We really don't because they don't make any fucking sense.
I don't think that this issue is really about, copyright and fair use. I think that PhilDefranco and the other people who made videos about me, attacking me on this the past few days, are really seeing this as an opportunity to go in on the narrative that feminists are out to censor people.
Okay, from my perspective, this has nothing to do with you being a feminist. You being a feminist is completely irrelevant to me. I don't give a shit. It's you using the copyright system, which you completely just assume. It's like, it's not a matter of copyright or anything like that yet. If I do recall, there was a screenshot saying you don't want people making money off your, quote, image. So it is about copyright because they're using your image in a fair way to make money on their content that they're making in regards to stuff about, you and the subject you talk about. So, which is it, Laci? Is it because you're a feminist or is it because you disagree with not that you disagree with the fair use, but you disagree with her fair use of your image? Which I again point out, why didn't you go after Bearing for this? Why didn't you go after Undoomed? Why have you gone after other people on this subject? For me, this is a whole copyright abuse thing. That's why I'm making this video. It has nothing to do with you being a feminist. You could have been an anti-SJW and I'd still have a fucking problem with this.
Part of, broader negative stereotypes about feminists that were hysterical and sensitive. So, I don't really see this as being about me specifically. I see it as people.
But it is about you. You're making this about you, Laci. You're the one that blew it all up. You're the one that decided to react to a tweet that was sent to you. You're the one that submitted the inquiry. You're the one that tried to flag it. You're the one that's still making a big fucking deal about it because people decided to call you out on it. It's all on you. You own your actions. Nobody else does. Deal with it. Or try to, for lack of a better word.
People having a bone to pick and whether or not that's a legitimate.
All right, so down here at the bottom, she had a thing saying a bone to pick with feminism. People have their bones to pick with feminism. I don't. That's not my shtick. I don't go after feminists. I go after people that abuse shit on the YouTube chant or the YouTube website when it comes to copyright because that's something I care about because that affects everybody. Feminists and anti-SJWs, they can have their back and forths. That's fine. Their back and forths don't really involve me. I watch it, I kind of sit back and be like, all right, this is entertaining. Watching these guys go back and forth with their arguments, or rather it's one side makes a video, the other side jumps on the other side and says, like, look, hey, you're wrong, here's why. And that side that made the original video is like, oh, bullying, criticism, this isn't criticism, this is bullying, get away from me, you're a women hater, you're an anti-feminist, oh, get away from me, That's how I see it, but. So in a way, I'm more sympathetic towards the anti-SJWs because they're honest and genuine, by and large. At least all the ones I've seen. I mean, if you want to point out somebody that's been dishonest, well, okay, let me not open that can of worms. But, there's bad people on both sides. I'll say that. It's not like one side is completely right, the other side's completely wrong. There are bad apples on both ends of the spectrum. And I'll leave my viewers up to decide which side they fall on.
Bone to pick is, a whole other question. Phil's video in particular also has another context, and that is my relationship with Phil. Some of you know, you've seen, videos that we've done together. Phil and I used to be friends, and I used to have a lot of respect for him. Phil has had a few very public sort of lashes out at me. And actually there is an irony to this because the last time that Phil really lashed out at me publicly was when I was talking about Amtrak and public Wi-Fi networks that were censoring access to sex education information, lumping them in with porn.
Okay, I don't really see. All right, public Wi-Fi run by, I'm assuming a private company like McDonald's or something like that. They're right. They own that internet. Well, they don't own that internet, but it's they're the ones paying for it, so they can censor certain websites, just like schools can censor certain websites from access. Just like where I work, for example, does that. Where other people work, do that. So I don't know where you're going with this, but anyways, continue.
And I was tweeting about how, these networks and public access and school computers should be making a distinction between porn and educational content. And
okay, well, actually, to be fair, I actually agree with that. They should be able to differentiate as long as the website is certified and there's a valid reason for the school or public area to allow access to a sex education site. So I take back that previous comment. I actually agree with you here. When it comes to public places, yes, these websites should be available because I believe that if you're learning something, you're not just, watching something to get your rocks off, for example, then you should be able to access it. So I'll grant you this one, Laci. I'll grant you that one.
Phil just went off the rails. It was the weirdest thing ever. I was really hurt because, this was before I really realized that Phil hates me.
I don't think he hates you. I don't think it goes that far. He probably just disagrees with you. I mean, I won't speak for the guy. I'll let him, defend himself. But from what I've seen of his content in regards to you, or at least the last two videos he made about you, he doesn't seem like he hates you. It just seems like he's on board with everybody else. It's like this is abuse of the copyright system that has a lot of people pissed off. As well as like that YouTube Heroes thing floating over our heads. That has a lot of us freaking the fuck out. Like, well, shit, when's my channel? Hell, this video right here might get mine taken down, which you demonstrated you go after smaller channels. So for all I fucking know, you're going to come after me next. But you know what? Come at me. I'm not afraid to speak my mind just because I think you're going to come and whip out the lash and say, no, bad, anti-feminist, or whatever the fuck you're going to call me and all that other shit. So anyways, continue.
And I didn't really understand why he hates me and why he was going off on this because, we had talked about censorship before and we're both pretty anti-censorships.
You're anti-censorship. You tried to flag a video that just so happened to use your thumbnail. Makes sense, right, guys and gals and dogs and cats and whatever?
So, I thought that was not a controversial issue, particularly not with him, but I think
It's a controversial issue with all of us, Laci. Not just him, all of us. All of us that make content that just so happens to use other people's content within fair use, which you have demonstrated you don't quite understand.
lost a lot of respect for me when I started making feminist videos. He obviously has some disagreements with me, and that's fine. That's all that I can deduce, because that is the exact time that things just sort of went from hot to cold. So that's unfortunate, and I think that, you know, people should try to understand
I emailed Phil to see if he wants to talk. Okay, that's your business.
each other and understand where they're going. I think we really need to think twice about this culture of getting angry about stuff that really isn't that big of a deal, because you know what, there are things to be angry about in the world right now. I just don't think that petty stuff on YouTube is in that category.
Oh, so you're trying to say, like, oh, guys, come on, it's not a big deal. It's not a... Get the fuck out of your advertisement. It's not a big deal. Come on, guys, chillax. It's all good, right? No, it's not all good. What you did was pretty shitty. Pretty low of you, Laci. Pretty fucking low, and I disapprove greatly, because I'm against this type of shit. I'm against people abusing the copyright system, which I've said a dozen times now, and I've said it before in plenty of other videos that I've made, that I'm against this type of shit, this abusive system that YouTube has, which you say, like, well, YouTube seems to know what they're doing. No, they fucking don't. And you're lying to yourself if you think they do. I think you just like it because you're allowed to abuse it for your own ends.
Thanks for watching, you all. I am making a video about HPV. It's taken me forever, and I've been traveling for a month, so I haven't had a chance to film it, but hopefully I will.
Alright, well, that's the end of that. So, she can't say I used the entire video. Anyways, guys, if you like content like Roaming Millennial, hey, give her a shout out, give her a watch or something like that. I'm probably going to give her a watch myself. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and subscribe. I'll see if I can watch some of her content, because, you know, there are some things that have to be said from both ends. I watch both sides of the whole thing when it comes to SJW, anti-SJW, Black Lives Matter, and the whole thing about that, civil rights and all that other stuff. So I watch both sides because I want to have an objective view, so that I can actually make an informed decision about what I agree with and why I agree with whatever is going on. So if you want to watch the video, or the original video of what's her name, Roaming Millennial, I'm like losing track here because I'm trying to end this video without taking up too much time. Roaming Millennial, I'm going to leave a link to her channel down below. I'll leave a link to the Laci Green video down below if you want to give it a watch and leave a comment, you know, telling her how you feel. Not that she needs the extra attention, but for the sake of fair use, I'm going to leave a link down below saying, hey, I got this video down here. So anyway, folks, this is just my 10 cents on what Laci Green had to say about abusing copyright system. So with that being said, folks, I have a look at and I shall see you all for whatever video I upload next. Have a good Wednesday night.